Good morning, everybody. My name is Con. Welcome to the Uncle Who Works for Nintendo, a creepypasta that manages to come to life by its amazing storytelling aspects and horror modes that I'm taking this way too poetic. So, if it is okay, click here. This is a horror game. It does not make use of the screamers or jump scares. Sound effects are used for tension or atmosphere. Some playthroughs may encounter plot points concerning a possible main aspect of the movie called emotional abuse. Okay. What? Oh, okay. You're 11 years old. What is your best friend's name? None. Andrew. Your best friend Andrew has invited you to a sleepover at his house this weekend. You've been friends since first grade, so asking your mom is basically only a formality. Asking your mom. You've never confirmed this, but suspect the babysitter may charge extra when there are two kids. You sometimes feel like staying somewhere else if you don't leave and help. Aww, that's nice. Okay. On Friday night, you're home for only a few hours, long enough to pack, get in a fight with your younger sister, pack some more, and watch the TV. At 6 sharp, you're standing on the sidewalk outside Andrew's house while your mom idles in her car nearby. She leans out the window to you. You behave yourself, okay? She says, as always. I'll be at work, but if anything happens, you call me. Yes, Mom. I'll pick you up tomorrow at 3, she said. 3 a.m.? Again as usual. But then she pauses, looking up at the sky, which has been overcast throughout the day. If you play outside, she adds, be careful, it's probably gonna rain. Wave goodbye. I'm not gonna do it in front of Andrew. After you part, your mom drives down the street, disappearing around the corner. You turn back to Andrew's house. The lights inside are glowing warmly. You can see Andrew waving at you from the bed. See? If I kissed her, then it would have been embarrassing. Thunder. It's 6 p.m. Okay, can we continue? Okay, thank you. Andrew's mom meets you just inside. Hello, she says. Dinner will be ready in just a few minutes, but you can drop stuff off in the den. You and Andrew are camping out there tonight. Cool. All right. You drop your sleeping and overnight bags at the corner of the den, and then pause to take a look around. But behind the couch, his grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a set of patio doors on the far side of your room, you can see the sky is just as gray as it was when your mom left. Framed pictures line the walls, and over the dark fireplace hangs a monstrous pair of antlers from a buck that Andrew's dad shot years ago. And of course, there's the big screen TV. Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable how much nicer Andrew's house is than yours. Anyway, I'm just a spoiled old brat. You drop your sleeping and overnight bags in the corner of the den and then pause to take a look around. Behind the couch's grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a set of patio doors on the far side of the room, you can see the sky is just as gray as it was when your mom left. Okay, yeah, I've already read this. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm ready. Dinner passes quickly. Tonight's meal is spaghetti and meatballs, one of Andrew's favorite meals, and his mother points out while piling a helping on your plate. Andrew's father cracks a beer and jovially interrogates at you about how much trouble you and Andrew are getting into at school. Why is this? Wait, that wasn't a beer at all. That's glass of lemonade. Why would you think it was even beer? Andrew's father doesn't drink alcohol. You quite certain the fact now that you remember it. Ooh, interesting. Lemonade. Dessert is heaping bowls of ice cream filled with chocolate syrup. You can't even finish yours. The grandfather clock in the den chimes. Jeez. You go along now, says Andrew's mom, smiling from her side of the table. We'll clean up in here. Let's go get the TV ready, not table, says Andrew. The two of you leave the dining room and head upstairs. I'm going to be doing a lot of storytelling, by the way. Andrew's room is immense. You stay in the den because the TV is larger there, but there's a sizable one here. Flush with the wall opposite is a full-size bed. We'll take the 64 down first, said Andrew, heading toward his TV and opening the entertainment center cabinet. It's his I don't know. He gets to choose what you put first, usually. But as Andrew begins unhooking the cords of the N64 from the TV, you catch sight of other things he has in there. All the major stuff, an old SNES, a PlayStation, a Dreamcast, but other things too. Things you don't really recognize. A large black box with green highlights, a smaller purple one, a strange white and yellow tower that looked like gloves resting on hooks on either side, a compact white cone. Those look cool. Andrew looks to the clutter in the cabinet. Oh yeah, he says, they're pretty cool. I can't show them to you though. They're still a secret. I promised my uncle. Of course, you suddenly remembered. His uncle. The uncle who works for Nintendo. In the corner, your grandfather. It's not mine. The grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a nearby set of patio doors, you can see it's getting quite dark. Framed pictures line the walls. You walk around the perimeter of the den, inspecting the pictures idly. Most of them are family portraits from years past. Andrew cradled lovingly between his mother and father, or anyone that's here on their own. A happy, tidy family. Look for pictures of Andrew's uncle. You don't find any, not one. The only pictures here are of Andrew and his parents. You don't know why that makes you feel any time passes. Okay. Talk to Andrew. You know, let him, it's just egg games. For a while, you and Andrew talk about the game on the TV. It's not one you're familiar with, and Andrew explains the elaborate systems in some detail. An hour passes. What? You're in the den. In the corner is the grandfather's eye. Yeah. Think about, no. Watch Andrew play. Andrew decides you should play the next game alone. It's pretty boring. You and a party are having a conversation with a man in a business suit, but for some reason you can't move the camera up to see his mouth. He's always smiling. He tells you a story about how people always mistake him for someone else. Did you figure it out? Asked Andrew, once the man in the game has apparently stood up and left the conversation. Of course. So you know who he really is? Asked Andrew, in the tone of his voice. You don't think he believes you? Huh? He was just a weirdo. Maybe, he says, pushing past you to choose the next game. You realize he plays for quite some time. Clock chimes. Andrew's mother bustles into the room, holding a large ceramic bowl filled with popcorn under her arm. How are you kids doing? She asks. Good, says Andrew, his eyes not moving away from the television. I hope you're having fun, says Andrew's mom. Here's some popcorn, extra butter. She places it on the floor by Andrew. Why not me? Almost immediately, Andrew is shoveling popcorn into his mouth, like a bird that just found a spilled bird seed. Meanwhile, his mother smiles first at him and then back at you. There's sodas in the kitchen if you get thirsty, she says, and some pizza from the other night if you get hungry. Thank you. There's Mario stuff. She looks at Andrew. Your father's gone to bed. I'll be there soon. Myself. I want you two to keep it quiet, alright? Yes, Mom. Oh, and before I forget, she adds, your uncle called. He suddenly has some business here in town tomorrow, but he's driving in early. He'll be here around midnight. For the first time, Andrew stops playing his game, stops eating popcorn, and turns to look at his mother. Okay, he says, I want you two to welcome him in. He'll be very tired and very hungry, so offer him something to eat before he goes to bed. Okay, Mom. Good night, kids. And with that, she's gone. What should we do? Ask about Uncle's visit. Why is your uncle coming? Andrew shrugs. Business. But I thought he worked for Nintendo. He does, says Andrew, frowning but not looking away from the TV screen. He's really important there. Does Nintendo have a lot of business here? Why else would my uncle be coming? Andrew asks, as if she asked the dumbest question in the world. Well, it's cool that I'll finally get to meet him. Yeah, agrees Andrew. I think you'll like him. What sort of work does your uncle do? Andrew pauses the game and turns around, visibly agitated. How should I know? I don't work for them. Right now he's not quite yelling, but you think if you keep pressing the subject he might. I'm not sure I believe you about your uncle. Andrew takes a moment to respond, as if he's not quite sure he heard you correctly. What? I don't believe your uncle works for Nintendo. You think you've finally done it. Andrew stands up, fists clenching at his sides, mouth twisted horribly as he tries to speak. You watch as he takes a step toward you, and you clench your teeth and wait. Andrew darts forward and pushes you back onto the hardwood floor, cracking your skull against the carpet. You take the initiative and throw a punch before he can get at you again. You shove yourself up off the floor and send your first fist into Andrew's stomach. For a moment, you're shocked at what you've done as he stands there gasping in his pajamas, and suddenly, that expression, "I hate you." You hear something, or you think you hear something, someone shouting, and then you've fallen flat on the floor. For a moment, you don't think you can get up. Your whole body feels heavy. Did he hit you? "I hate you," says Andrew. "Leave me alone." You finally manage to sit up as he turns back to his game. You take a moment to collect yourself. Go into the kitchen. Passing through fridge. Soda. Get back to the den. Call your mom? Call mom. You dial your mom's work number and wait. She picks up after 3 rings. I wanna go home. Okay, she says after a moment. I'll call the sitter and tell her to come pick you up. It'll probably be in an hour. Is that okay? Yes, thank you. Of course, she says with the hint of a sigh. I call her now, okay? She'll be here in an hour. Be safe. She hangs up. Return to the den and pack your things. The clock chimes as you enter the den. Stop doing that. Andrew doesn't even look away from the TV as you come in. Quietly begin gathering up your things. This draws Andrew's attention. What are you doing? He asks. Explain that you're leaving. What? Andrew stands up. Not even bothering to pause the game. No, you can't leave. It's almost time. I don't think you're friends anymore. You don't understand, he says. If you leave, I'll get in trouble. So what? I actually like you. I'm sorry we fought, but I do like you. We're really friends. You don't know what to say. The others, it was different. But when he asked for you, what? Others, what are you talking about? If you stay, I'm sure it will be different. I'm sure we'll work something out. Are you okay? You can't go, says Andrew, ignoring your question. There's so much stuff I had planned for the night. I was gonna let you play the next Zelda game. I don't know why I paused, but I was just calibrating my throat. The one that's not even out yet. Before you can say anything, he is already upstairs. Andrew continually runs up and down the stairs, bringing you games and consoles while you pack up your things. Every time you learn something new, you ignore him or brush it off with an uncaring shrug. Please, Andrew says, just stay. Stay the night, please. Outside you hear a car horn honk. No, you say, and with your night bag slung over one shoulder, you march to the front door and exit into the night. As you walk to your sitter's car, you see your little sister in the back seat. Still in her pajamas, the sitter, a high school girl who lives down the street from you, looks incredibly unhappy to be there, but you think you'll be able to handle her. As you climb into the car, you cast one last look over your shoulder, back to the house. Andrew is standing in the doorway, totally still, not screaming, not crying, not doing much of anything. The car begins to pull away from the house as you watch. You see his parents appear in the doorway behind him. Don't wave. Without acknowledging you, Andrew's parents lay their hands on his shoulders. They turn Andrew back to the house, the door closing just as everything slides out of view. When you turn around in your seat to look out the back window, you can't even see the house's lights. Andrew doesn't show up at school on Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday. On Thursday, you ask the teacher, Mr. Scott, where Andrew is. He blinks at you confusedly. Oh, he says, eventually. Andrew, well, I'm surprised he didn't tell you about this, but he and his family moved away. The house is empty when you ride your bike by that afternoon. It somehow seems even larger without anyone or anyone in it. For sale sign. A for sale sign stands in the front yard out front. Go home. You never see Andrew again, and eventually, as the years pass, you forget about him entirely. End. The uncle who works for Nintendo. Ooh, there's 5 endings. Ooh, we might have to do a part 2. Okay, restart at 7 in the den. One quick question, then what was your father drinking dinner? No, he doesn't drink. There we go. Okay, what can we do? We can go to the bathroom. You head into the bathroom, there's a shower, a linen closet, and a toilet. You don't have to go right now. Are you done here? Closet with large fluffy towels and washcloths. You're not sure why you looked in there. Are you finished? Not yet. Shower. The shower is precisely clean. Toilet. 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 Okay, we're done. You head back to the den. Go to the kitchen. You head toward the kitchen. Thinking you may grab a soda from the fridge. On the way, you head to the dining room. Andrew's mom and dad are still there. Wait, what? The table hasn't yet been cleared, and they're still sitting in the exact same places that you left them. In fact, you realize they're not moving at all. They sit there, completely still like mannequins. Andrew's dad is holding up his glass of lemonade as if ready to take a drink. Andrew's mom is red turned and her mouth slightly open as if she froze immediately after you and Andrew left the dining room. Attempt to talk to them? Hello? They don't respond. Thunder rumbles. They don't seem to notice. Please, are you okay? I'm back to the den. Jeez. Don't Andrew about his parents. You tell Andrew what you saw. What? He asked, looking over his shoulder at you and pausing the game. Your parents are sitting in the dining room still. They're not moving. They're not even blinking. Are you sure? Says Andrew, frowning at you. I bet they're just being weird. Give me a second. As he stands and moves out of the room, he points back at the PS4. You can play my game if you want. I'll play a little. After a moment of hesitation, you sit down and play the game Andrew has been running. It's a little like GoldenEye, but it's not a game you're familiar with. The colors are still kind of weird. Still, it's relaxing. After a while, Andrew comes back. They look fine to me, says Andrew. Mom said she's gonna bring popcorn. She's gonna bring us popcorn too. What? Nice try for a prank, though, says Andrew, seemingly ignoring you. Oh, and one more thing, he says before he resumes his spot of the Nintendo. Thanks for sending me out then. Mom made me help her clean up after all. Special company. What? Oh, my uncle is coming to visit. Great. Time passes. Not 4 o'clock. It's 8:30. It's 8:30. Okay, great. Frame pictures. I've already done this. Think about Andrew's uncle. It began with Mew. You didn't believe him at first. When Andrew came to school one day and told you he finally caught a Mew. Prove it, he said, as he pulled out his Game Boy and showed you. There it was, Mew, the 151st Pokemon, available only to players at promotional events. Somehow unlocked on Andrew's game. It's really strong, he said. It KOs every enemy in one hit. Andrew demonstrated his claim at recess. When you and some other friends licked Game Boys for battle, you were the first one down. No one else got a single hit on Andrew but you. No one else. Oh, in the few days everyone is first playing Pokemon recess. Well, that's sad. You asked how Andrew managed to get it. Oh, my uncle got a job at Nintendo, said Andrew. You were still walking home together, past one of the construction crews. There had been a storm not too long ago. Trees were down all over town. Buildings had collapsed. You were standing in an intersection with Andrew as the truck rumbled by, loaded up with ragged tree chunks. What a bad storm. Oh, my uncle. Okay, yeah. Oh. He also got me this new Game Boy, said Andrew, pulling it out of his pocket. You hadn't noticed it earlier, but yes, Andrew now had a sleek new Game Boy Color. Only today, he had only one of the old ones. A big gray brick like yours. This one's a special edition, said Andrew. Isn't it cool? I actually have one in real life, fun fact. Anyways, you stamp all your reflections. Talk to Andrew in the den. Andrew's mother bosses, yeah, skibbity bop, data. Okay, thank you, yeah, around midnight, she's gone, yeah. Remember your own Mew, what? You got your own Mew eventually. Another friend had a Game Shark, which you borrowed one day. You spent that entire night unlocking every Pokemon you couldn't obtain in your copy of the game, or hadn't yet traded for, including Mew. It did one hit KO most enemies. It was incredibly weak. and you shamefully cheated the game further to make it strong enough. It even looked different from Andrew. Mew was small, even cute, standing there with his round, cheerful eyes. And when Andrew had wiped out everyone at school, it looked completely different, compact, snarling, fierce. You asked him why. What? He said that had been here in the den. Oh, that thing? Here. What? What? Well, my uncle got me a special edition of the game. First of all, he said, smirking a little, but not looking away from the PlayStation game as he was playing. That's why mine looked different. Second of all, mine can one-hit KO because it's the real Mew, sucker. You asked what he meant by that. Just what I said, Andrew replied. You cheated. You got a fake Mew, so of course there'd be problems, which isn't junk. You felt your cheeks redden. But not me, Andrew said again. I got the real Mew, and only me. My brother was so jealous. Andrew's brother? What about him? Why did remembering that comment make you feel uneasy? You snapped out of your reflections. Okay, what time is it? 9:30. Alright. Go to the bathroom. Shower. Toilet. Closet. Okay, cool. Head back to the den. Clock chimes. It begins raining outside. Ruh-roh. Ask about Uncle's visit. So why is your uncle coming? Oh, what's this? Okay, yeah. Go to the kitchen. Fridge. Soda. Exit. Back to the den. Okay. Watch Andrew play. Andrew invites you over to play a game of Mario Kart. Andrew wins every round pretty easily until you start to feel like this was a mistake. He's just too competitive, and frankly, he's a lot better than you. Good game, he says. Sneaky. Good game. Let's switch it up, you say. You've been playing for a while. Clock chimes. It's 11. It's almost time. Frame pictures. I have to tell you finally. Wait, no, something is wrong here. Where's Andrew's brother? You know he has a brother. You know it, except he's not here. In any of the pictures, and you look again at the pictures. He's not there. He's not here at all. Are you sure Andrew has a brother? Yes. Then why can't you remember his name? Ask Andrew about his brother. Where's your brother tonight? Andrew pauses the game he's playing and gives you an odd look. I don't have a brother. But I remember him. There's a long moment of uncomfortable silence broken only by distant thunder, the Nintendo, and the clock ticking. You're such a weirdo, says Andrew, and turns back to the Nintendo. The subject, it seems, has been dropped. Time passes. Time is it? It's 11:30. More popcorn. It's buttery and delicious. Woohoo! That's Andrew. My little parents. How you doing? What are you talking about? You're fine, I guess. How's your mom? She's good. I wish you didn't have to work so late all the time. Yeah, Andrew says, almost laughing. That would suck, huh? It does. Andrew seems to want to let this conversation end here, as he goes back to the game. You think about your mom. Alright, what time is it? It's 11:30. It's almost time for the uncle. I go your uncle's visit. Yeah, he lives pretty far away, so he just has to stop by. Isn't that a little weird? I mean, you gotta look. How would you know? He asks. You don't even have an uncle. Yeah, I guess so. You drop the conversation in silence. It's still 11:30. What did I call my mom? I want to go home. Yes, thank you. The clock is chiming. That's him. Follow. Outside the purple glasses of the front window, you can see a tall, dark shadow. Andrew goes to the door. Undoes a deadbolt, and it cracks open. You can come in, he says, to whoever stands out there on the porch. Sorry, he says. What? Door slams open. What's happening? Hello, child. Come closer, child. No worries, child. I'm hungry, child. No worries, child. Hello, child. Fear none. Screaming. Cease. Stop it, child. Hello, child. Ooh. I just got really uncomfortable. Stop. No. What is happening? Undefined error. What? What happened? So that was Uncle who works for Nintendo. That was interesting to say the least. There's 4 more endings, and some things you don't remember. Learn what you can, ask questions, have a serious talk. Don't be mean, but still get out of there. And then might make what might be the worst decision ever. Some things you don't remember, don't act what you see. Learn when you ask questions, have a serious talk. Don't be mean, but still get out of there. Okay. So we're probably going to be doing more episodes of this, but just not in October, like in November and stuff, because I want to do more spooky games for October, because, yeah. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if they make sure, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, don't answer random door knocks.